Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to today's episode on two axles. In today's video I'm going to change the Nightster 975 stock exhaust into a performance loud angry beast of an exhaust. So if you want to watch that, stay tuned. Right guys, thank you very much for coming back to me. So I've taken the stock exhaust off. As you can see, this is the cat that's on part of the downpipes. So I've taken the cat exhaust off, I've taken these heat shields off, I've repainted one of the heat shields here and another heat shield here in the VHT paint. Now what have I been doing? Now I've got the original exhaust and I've chopped it. I've chopped that much out of the actual exhaust itself, and I've taken all the gubbins out and then pulled all this out. So I've reduced that by a good 6-inch. And then what I've done, using the trusty welder, I've welded the tip back on. So as you can see, it still looks like a stock, but if I hold it up to the light, you can see it goes straight through. Now you're wondering why I've done that. I did order an exhaust. The exhausts were nearly £600. It was on back order. They didn't tell me that, so I've had to cancel that. And I've thought of a way, how can I make this exhaust sound just like the exhaust I was going to get? So let's try that. There's no harm in trying. I'm not losing anything. So just to recap, I've welded up here. As you can see, the welds are not that great, but I am going to grind that down. Now it doesn't matter if they're perfect, because from here to here is going to be wrapped in black wrap, which I've got here, the exhaust wrap, and I'm hoping to wrap this heat shield as well in the middle. So as you can see, quite a lot of crap came out of there. So there's a good chunk, so it shortens it down. So I'll take it back over to the bike. So the exhaust originally would have came to about here, and now it's going to come to about here, which makes it look a hell of a lot better. So first things on the agenda, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grind this down as best as I can, and then we're going to repaint this in VHT paint, and then I'm going to chuck the exhaust can in the oven for half an hour for the paint to settle, because with the VHT it needs to get 200 degrees Celsius and then let it cool for half an hour, and you need to do 2 cycles of that to make it fully hard, otherwise it will not set properly, and if we try and wrap it etc before it's set, it's just going to ruin the paintwork. It's going to look crap. Right, so let's get to the grinding, and then I'm going to repaint it, and then we'll stick it in the oven, and then we'll give it that time it needs for it to bake in the actual oven. Right peeps, so I'm going to get the grinder out now, and then we're going to grind the exhaust a bit off. Right, so I've ground it down. Like I say, it doesn't need to be perfect, because that's going to be, it's just really to take off the high spots on the exhaust. Now it's going to be wrapped. I'm going to wrap it from about there. It's going to be wrapped all the way across. So that doesn't matter if it's nice and neat. So next job I need to do is I'm going to put a coat of VHT paint on there, and then we're going to get that stuck in the oven and leave about about half an hour to bake at 200 degrees and let it cool. And then we need to do that cycle twice for it to fully harden, and then we'll start wrapping it. Right, just to make sure it has the best possibility of the paint sticking, what we're going to do, I'm going to just rub it down to give it a key with a P80 wet and dry sandpaper. It don't matter what you use, you could use a Scotch pad if you want to, just to give that key and get rid of any shit that's on it as well. As you can see, it's just giving that key. I was going to get this sanded down and then I'll come back to you and we'll start spraying it. Right, so it's ready to be painted. Like I say, you just need to put a key on it. Now I'm going to use the S'mores VHT black matte paint. Super tough, really good stuff this. It's not a sponsor, but like I say, if any products are good, I will always mention it. I got this, it's about £8.99 for a can, really good stuff. So when we spray in the exhaust, I've just left the stood upright so I can get everywhere, and then we just light dust, and we'll do about 2 or 3 coats, and we're going to bake it. Just one thing I need to do. Yeah, and it's as simple as that. Like I say, all this is going to get covered in wrap. The main thing is this top bit here, because this is, you will see that. Just make sure you get into all the nuts and crannies, especially on the front here, because that is going to be on show. And the bracket at the bottom here will also be on show. But other than that, everything else is going to be wrapped. But like I say, it just gives that extra protection if it is, if it has got that coating on. Now, as you notice, when you spray it, it does spray in like a glossy finish, but when it's dry, it does go like a really matte, tough matte black. I'm just going to get that painting out, and then we'll get right back in when I put it in the oven. Right, peeps, so we're going to put it in the oven. So I'll put it into the oven, and then we'll close it over, and then we'll switch it on to 200 degrees Celsius. Then we're going to put it on for half an hour and just let it bake. Like I said, we only need we're only looking for the tip of the exhaust to be really nice and clear, because the rest of it's going to get wrapped anyway. And don't forget, this exhaust was pretty scratched up anyway after the accident. So I'm going to let that bake now, and then I'll come back to you when we start wrapping it. Right, peeps, so we took it out of the oven now. It's been baked. Like I say, we only need up to about here, which needs to be good. The rest of it doesn't really matter because we're wrapping it anyway. So if you can see there, it's like nice and clean now. Right, so we're going to wrap it in the black exhaust wrap. When using this stuff, it is super important that you use some protective gloves, because this stuff is made out of fiberglass. So if you try and handle it without the gloves, you're going to have itchy hands for a couple of days at least before the fiberglass gets out. So it's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to just take you over to put you down to the bench now so you can see what I'm actually doing. So anybody used this wrap before, we are gonna, it depends when you're starting it on the wrap on the exhaust. You need to make sure obviously this end is tight, and then you just work your back, because the back here, the heat shield is going to come to about here anyway. So I'm not too fussed about that. It's mainly here. It needs to be nice and clean. So I'm going to start from the bottom. So when I usually wrap it, I'll usually do a double thread overlap it like this. I'll just get rid of that bit there. And I've got some black metal cable ties. So to start it off, I would just fold it up first and then put it where you need it. Okay, so we're going to work around and just see where we need it. So about there. So then only thing you're doing, and then you need to get as tight as you can, working your way around and overlapping it slightly. make sure when you're overlapping it, it's not overlapped. So you're going about half on and then half off, so it gives it a good tight wrap. And when you're wrapping it, you need to pull it tight at the same time. Don't worry too much about these brackets here, because when we wrap over that, I'm just going to cut them when it's all sealed up, when it's all down, and then just to give access for them pinch bolts there. Like I say, you just make sure it's nicely wrapped over, because last thing you want is for the wrap to move, then it'll just look shit. Like I say, if you can see now, we've got a good tight wrap on there, and then with the wrap, once it heats up, it will fuse itself to the actual exhaust, if that makes sense. It won't stick to it, but it will harden, if that makes sense, in place. So I'm just going to get this wrapped up now, and then we'll come back to you. Right guys, so I've wrapped it as far as it needs to go, so you can see. Then I put a black cable tie on the end here, the metal one, and then 2 on this side. Like I say, most of this side is going to get covered by the heat shield anyway. The heat shield goes to about here, and then it possibly even go there. So I'm not too fussed about that. Right, so what I need to do now is open this hole up here. This is for the O2 sensor, and then just open this bracket here for the actual mount. Right, so let's get that done now. So only thing you need to do to open this, I'm just gonna get a knife in there and just until you feel the actual sensor part itself, and then just open it back up so you can get the O2 sensor back inside. And what I might do is just put another wrap around there, because that's going to come loose, isn't it? So as you can see now, we've got the hole for the O2 sensor. I'm just going to put another cable tie around here, just to hold this, because I don't want it to unravel itself. So I'm going to get that on now, then I'm going to take you over to the back, and then we'll start getting this back up. Right guys, so when we put it back on, if you can see here, there's the exhaust gasket, so you need to make sure that slides into around the hole, and then you can knock it into place. Now you just need to make sure when you're doing it, it lines up with this grommet here, which goes into the hole here, just for the hold. And what I'm going to do, whilst it's not tight up, I'm just going to screw this O2 sensor in and back in, just so I can nip it up when the exhaust in place, but as long as it's in place, so I don't have to fiddle try and get it back in. And it's also worth, when you're taking these off, is just to disconnect it, because otherwise you're just going to twist the wire. Right, so once you've threaded it and you're happy it's set in place, right, then what you need to do, because it is a very tight tolerance, this, so you just need to wiggle it into place and just slowly does it. As you can see, it's a very tight tolerance there, but it will go home. You just have to keep. And if you need to twist the exhaust round. Yeah, I'm just going to get that in, and then we'll come back to you when I start clamping it back up. Right guys, so it's all been done now. We've put everything back on. I must admit, it does look pretty cool. And plus it looks completely stock. Right, so let's start it up and see what it sounds like. It's got to sound better than what it was. Right, let's give it a start. Sounds great. Just want to say thank you very much for joining me. Appreciate you watching this Harley rebuild, and I think the exhaust sounds good. It doesn't sound too much, it doesn't sound too stupid. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out.